What are your rights if the police use a drug dog to initiate an investigation or as part of their investigation? It's becoming more and more common for law enforcement to use drug dogs as a part of their investigation. Understand that there are some places where there's simply a lesser expectation of privacy. If you're at an airport, it's not uncommon to see drug dogs walking around the airport. And as a person who has decided to take a flight, you have given up certain rights. You've given up that expectation of privacy you might have within the home. So there's no requirement for probable cause for that dog to walk by you and smell whether or not it detects something that could be contraband. So what rights you have depend on where you are. You have the greatest level of privacy within your home. So if an officer wanted to come within your home, they've either got to have probable cause or they've got to get consent to come into your home. Once you leave your home, you have a lesser expectation of privacy. So if you're driving in that car, you have a lesser expectation of privacy, although the expectation of privacy is not completely diminished. So if you're stopped and the officer, as part of the routine investigation, immediately has a dog available, they can have the dog walk by your car. That is perfectly legal. What the officers cannot do is prolong the detention, and that's something that we see on a regular basis. They've come out there, the initial reason for the stop has concluded, but now they've called for a drug dog and it takes 20 minutes for the drug dog to get there, or 30 minutes. Well, that's a problem. The Supreme Court has said that's an unjustifiable delay in releasing you, and that investigation should not have been prolonged. So one of the things we're watching for is how long did it take for the drug dog to get there? The third category of places where there's essentially no expectation of privacy are places like the airport, where a drug dog could come up to you, conduct an open air sniff, and try to use that as a mechanism to search your belongings. There's no probable cause requirement for the dog to conduct the search. So the takeaway here is that it is the expectation of privacy that drives the reasonableness of a search using a drug dog. The other thing you have to be aware of is there is another side of this coin. As much as law enforcement wants to say that drug dogs are highly trained and specialized, there's also a bias built in. If the handler knows what they're looking for or who the suspect is, how much of that is actually being relayed to the dog, and is the dog alerting because there was an actual reason to alert or because its handler wanted that dog to alert? So one of the things that we look at when it's raised by the facts or some of the issues that we're seeing is whether or not we need our own expert to look at how and why a dog alerted in a particular case. Of course, here it's critical that we have a video of the search so that we can come back and fight it. These are the types of things that you need to keep in mind if you're facing a case that stems from an open air sniff using a drug dog. We're making these videos in response to questions that we've received here on our YouTube channel or through our website. So drop a question below if you have any question regarding criminal law in Texas or federal criminal law, and check out our website, versestexas.com.